Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. There is a question that Kenyans are asking. Where is Lee Kinyanjui, the Nakuru governor? The Nakuru governor was a very common figure around Raila Odinga during the Azimio la Umoja rallies in central Kenya and also in Nakuru. And actually, he joined the Azimio la Umoja the day that it was launched in his home county, that is Nakuru. But recently, he's actually given the Azimio a backseat. I went through his Facebook page and I realized that the last rally he attended was the rally on 17th February. Today is the 26th. That's like 10 days ago. Now that rally was attended some rally. I think it was in El Jororok or somewhere in Nakuru, and that was attended by a host of Maasai leaders. So what is happening today? He did not attend the Jubilee NDC. He did not attend the ODM NDC, and I checked his Facebook page and realized that he was attending a burial somewhere in Nakuru. So what do you think? Do you think his absence there? Do you think his absence in Azimio is by design, or he is held up, or what exactly is going on? Before the 10-day break, he was with Raila. Then Raila left the country on 4th. Raila came back on 14th, rather the 15th. Then he was back on the campaign trail. Even when Raila was away, Lee Kinyanjui was not seen anywhere. I've also realized that the governors that support Jubilee Party, remember he was elected through Jubilee, were part of the Jubilee revamp strategies, and they were actually holding town hall meetings and doing rebranding of Jubilee. But then Lee Kinyanjui is nowhere into space. And remember, he is seeking re-election in Nakuru, and he's facing a stiff competition from Susan Kehika. So let's face it. What exactly do you know, or what do you think? Before I give my perspective on this, if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed, kindly take a second and subscribe, and also click the notification bell, and when we publish a video, you'll be notified. And I also want to say thank you very much for your continued support. There is a guy here, it's called Boniface Dream. He's also a very good political analyst coming up. He's doing some great work there. Kindly can also check at his page, his YouTube channel, and see what he's doing. Me, I like promoting others. That is the essence of humility. Now, guys, what is happening in Nakuru is that Lee Kinyanjui ditched Jubilee Party last year in October, then joined a party known as Ubuntu. Then after he joined the Ubuntu, the Jubilee Party, during this revamp, Jubilee Party approached Lee so that Ubuntu Party could form a coalition with the Jubilee, and he actually refused. He declined that offer, and that is why you see yesterday when the Amason Kingi's party signed and joined Jubilee, KUP, Party of National Kenya United Party, that is by Lonyangapuo, joined. There is UPIA, and there is the United Progressive Party, I think by Fred Matiang'i, also joined Jubilee. But his party did not join. So he actually fell out with Jubilee, despite the fact that Jubilee is the party that sponsored him to vie for that governor's seat. Then, the reason why I think he's refusing, or I don't understand, but there is something that is happening, because Jubilee have got a candidate known as Dr. Stanley Karanja, who is seeking the Jubilee ticket. I think in his mind, he was just thinking that Jubilee was going to subject him to a nomination between him and the Dr. Stanley Karanja. Remember, in Nakuru, the first governor, Mbugua, actually lost. And I saw that Simon Mbugua, that first governor, I think, I saw him in ODM NDC. He was sitting right behind President Uhuru Kenyatta. So, and then the Stanley Karanja is also there. So these guys, what this tells you is, I think he was trying to figure out that he didn't want for him to be subjected to nomination by the Jubilee Party. That could be number one. Then the reason why he might be is holding, maybe initially he was around Royal and around Azimio with the hope that he could be Raila Odinga's running mate. Actually, there is something that came out when around December and November, it was being rumored that Raila Odinga was actually voting for him and the Peter Kenneth team to deputize Raila. But now with the latest developments, there could be he's signaling that he's not really going to be given that. And then it was time for him to focus on his re-election in Nakuru. And for him to do that, he has actually shifted to gel with the community there and run his campaigns in Nakuru so that he now wants to distinguish himself from the national politics. So it could be also the issue of the running mate. Now that he has realized that he's below the pecking order, he's now also giving Azimio a white bag. Do you think Lee Kinyanjui have joined or is thinking of joining UDA? I don't want to be myopic enough or rather be rigid enough to think that that is an impossibility. It is very possible. However, there is already Susan Kihika who wants to unseat Lee Kinyanjui. But in any case that Lee Kinyanjui approaches William Ruto for the UDA ticket, I can tell you William Ruto can actually betray Susan Kihika and support Lee Kinyanjui. One, because of the financial muscles. You know, Governor was a CEO, so Governor also have the finances. You should not forget that Purity Ngirish once said that Anne Waiguru was actually asked to give some 200 million for her to get the party ticket. So that can also be at play. And William Ruto might be targeting the incumbent governors that are around the central Kenya, or rather that are in places that he really are very lucrative, so that he can give them direct tickets and betray these other young thugs that are around him. So that is a possibility, and maybe he has realized that the ground is a bit hostile. Because let me tell you, in Nakuru, almost 7, there are many constituencies there, but around 6 of the members of parliament in Nakuru County are with the UDA. The women rep is with the UDA, and not the women. The senator is also with the UDA. So that tells you that somehow Lee Kinyanjui is a bit cornered and is thinking of making another political move. So if indeed he might not get the support of Jubilee Party and is feeling like using UDA, I think it's just a matter of time for us to realize. But then he might also be sitting at the fence or just staying away so that he can test the ground and feel, do these people really need me in Azimio? Because if Raila needs him, then his understanding maybe is that he's going to be approached and now they're going to give him a better deal if he is to join. But of something that I want to take is that Nakuru County is a metropolitan, and there is Kikuyu community staying there, there is Kalenjin community, the Kisii community, and the rest, the other community. So he's also trying to find a balance, and you might think that instead of aligning himself to any of these two, because if he aligns to UDA, he might just stand a chance of getting William Ruto's the Kalenjin community vote, and then might be rejected by the Kikuyu vote on that area. Or if he's also in Azimio, he might get the Kikuyu and miss the other one. So better he goes on with a party that only packages himself as someone who is seeking the Ubuntu ticket, someone who is seeking re-election through the Ubuntu. But there is a blunder there. Some of these big towns in Nakuru, Mombasa, Nairobi, I don't think the small parties are the ones that are going to propel you, because one, even if you deliver as a governor, your opponents will always find loopholes to punch you down. So for you to get a political protection against your competitors, because you need political protection to get a euphoria. For you to win through a euphoria, you need to align yourselves with either the big parties, because that is where you can always get the euphoria of Raila Odinga, you can get the euphoria of William Ruto. But going with the Ubuntu, and if Azimio and actually his game plan might be that if he goes with the Azimio, with Ubuntu, then Azimio through Jubilee fields a candidate, William Ruto's UDA fields a candidate, then apite katikati Kikalonzo. So that could also be a probability. Lastly, I also want to think maybe the ground might be hostile for him for some few reasons. Might be he has not delivered as a governor, so he's feeling like he wants to go back to gel with the community. Or two, the Azimio team, maybe the Azimio reception is still not yet convincing enough for him to seek re-election through Azimio, and that is why he's actually trying to sit back. But then if you ask me, the disagreement with Jubilee might have informed his decision to stay back. But you cannot underestimate the fact that UDA can also approach him, and maybe he's in talks with William Ruto for him to seek governors through that ticket. So guys, what do you think?